Hi everyone, it's Terry here showing another process video for Peartree Cutfiles. Today I'm using the Go See Hike cut file from the latest release. So I've cut it from craft cardstock, and the first thing I'm going to do is back the O with this photo that I've cut out of me at the top of a mountain to kind of go with the theme of the cut file. So I'm simply going to stick that O on top and then just trim round the outside. Because it's such a easy shape to cut out, that's why I've not drawn round it and to back it, I've just simply cut it. So this layout's going to feature 3 different photos in total, that one backed on the O and then these 2 smaller photos. So I'm going to do a few different things to the cut file before I add it to my layout. So the first thing is I'm going to use the G and I'm going to add some Distress Oxide to that in both Blueprint Sketch and Chipped Sapphire. So I'm just using some the lighter blue first and then adding on the darker one on top, just using an ink blending brush. The word C is really bold and I didn't want that craft to be the main thing that you can see, so I've painted it using Indian ink. So you'll see I'm just doing it quite quickly with my brush and it doesn't take too long. And it just makes it stand out against everything else, and because I'm going to use a patterned paper background, you'll see it really pops then off the background. So next up is the word hike, and I did consider backing that word with this patterned paper, but instead I decided to use the letters that I'd cut out to draw around and cut out so that I could get them to pop up off the page with some foam. So I'm just drawing around them and then I'm just going to simply cut them out and distress the edges of each letter. So I'm using the Vicky Boutin Fernwood collection for this layout, and this is just a scrap of patterned paper that I'd got from the collection from another layout that I'd done before. So because it's letters and I've already drawn around them, they come together quite quickly. And I'm using that side that's got like the vine leaves on, so I'm pulling in the greens from the photos. So I'm going to use this patterned paper because when I saw it I really thought it looked like mountains in the background. So that was kind of my plan. So I'm just working out exactly where I want my photos to go before I stick everything down. And I'm going to add the letters on top with foam pads so that they give it a bit of dimension. You'll see once I've done that, I do go off screen and I add some stitching across the word C. That's not before I've backed my photos on the opposite side of that patterned paper that I'd used for the word hike. So I'm just tucking them under and above that word, adding in a little bit of foam just to pop that photo of me and my husband up over the top of the word. Now I've got all these fussy cut pieces that I've satin fussy cut out of one of the patterned papers. It's got lots of trees and toadstools and deer and florals on. So I'm going to use that just to tuck in and around the cut file to use as my embellishment for this layout. And it does come together quite quickly. I'm just creating little clusters of those fussy cut elements in different places around the cut file. And once I'm happy with where all my embellishments are, I decide I want to add a bit of stamping. And on the Fernwood stamp set there is these small tiny kind of like little ink spots. So what I'm doing is I'm going in with the chipped sapphire distress oxide to stamp in some of those spots around the clusters where my embellishments are. And then I've pulled out this Heidi swap stamp set that's got quite a lot of outdoor themed phrases, so I'm just going to add a couple of them. So that one says the mountains are calling, and I just felt like it needed something above that kind of curly tail of the E next to where my other photo is. So I want to just lighten it up a little bit, so what I've decided to do is just add some white paint splats. So I've not gone mad, just a few here and there. Thanks for joining me on YouTube today. Check out the links below and hit subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. Bye for now.